Okay, so here we are. We're on our way, heading off to Canada Vespa Days. Let me close this to see if it's a little easier to hear me. I don't know how the wind noise is affecting it today. But yeah, it's 6:45 in the morning. I reset my trip odometer. So I've gone about 1.5 miles so far. We'll see where I end up at the end of this journey. But it's starting here in Kingston, Rhode Island, heading off to Rutland, Vermont today. My GPS says I'll get there around 11. That's if I don't make any stops, but I do intend on stopping at least a couple of times, at least once for gas, and then probably once more just to like stretch my legs, maybe, you know, grab a coffee if I feel I need it, anything like that. So yeah, I'm on my way. I'm now more excited than nervous. I think leading up to anything in my life, I always kind of lead with anxiety and trepidation. You know, whether it's, you know, the start of school or getting ready to shoot a wedding or an event. You know, generally I do suffer from little bouts of anxiety. So leading up to today, there was a lot of anxiety, you know, about the trip and everything. You know, because this is the biggest trip that I've taken so far on my bike. So I just wanted to, you know, be sure that I had kind of taken care of everything and made sure that I really felt ready. And I feel like I've done as much preparation as could be humanly possible. So I think I was really more just like wanting to get going, and I knew that once I like actually got on the road, I would be fine. So yeah, so now that I'm actually like riding, I feel much better, and I'm excited. You know, looking forward to getting to Vermont, meeting some cool folks, and then heading off tomorrow for Ontario, for Kingston, Ontario, Canada, for the Canada Vespa Days. So yeah, I am now at the more excited portion of the trip. So really looking forward to this. So not quite sure why my GPS took this particular route. I would have gone the other way, but I'm gonna, I guess, listen to what my GPS tells me to do, and figured it may know more than I do. So any little bit of time that I can save or aggravation is cool by me. But yeah, so today I'm basically kind of doing like an angular straight shot northwest through the top of Rhode Island, across Massachusetts, into like the corner of New Hampshire, I believe somewhere around like Keene, New Hampshire, in that area, and then that's going to take me straight into Vermont from there, and then head up to Rutland. So it's, you know, pretty much going to be like a straight shot up, which is nice. But yeah, so I'll be hitting 4 states then today: Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Vermont, and that will be my most states in one day. So another first for today. So that's cool. I think I've done 3 states in one day. I've done Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. So I'm excited to actually add 2 new states to my list of states written in, and that's kind of exciting there. And I'll add one more state. I'll add one more state on the way to and from Canada. I'll be adding New York State to that list. So I'm excited about that. Add a couple more states. So I think, with the exception of Maine, I will have all the New England states done done by tomorrow. So that's going by today, actually, because I don't believe New York State is considered part of New England. So I'll have all the New England states done, with the exception of Maine, by today. So that's kind of exciting. So I might have to challenge myself to hit Maine at some point. But yeah, we'll have to see how this goes. I did add a few more things to my backpack, so I'm just going to have to keep an eye on that if it feels like it's a little awkward. I did take a lot of the air out. It is a waterproof bag and does have like a seal on it. So I did remove a lot of the air, which actually kind of makes the bag a little hard. So I'm going to have to just keep an eye on that. And if it feels uncomfortable at any point, I'll just take a little air out. I mean, I'll put a little more air back in to like soften the bag up a little bit, and hopefully that'll help. But right now I just kind of have it resting on the duffel bag, which I'm actually kind of glad that that's there now, because I do feel like I can lean back on it if I need to. Because I'm coming into today having actually photographed an event last night in Boston. So I decided, since I was going away and I didn't want to have to think about, editing or delivering the images while I was away, I actually came home last night. I had a full day of meetings at school, then headed to Boston, photographed the event, went home, and immediately got to work on editing, and got everything edited and uploaded. Last night, this morning, I finished up the gallery. I delivered that to the client this morning, and the only thing that I forgot to do was to send off one more document to them. So I will do that at some point, either if I take a lunch break or when I reach Vermont. I'll just log in and take care of that. But I got the important stuff is done, which is great. So I'm very happy about that. So basically, I am I'm going into this trip with like a clear head. All of my obligations to school and to my business are done. I'm caught up with all my editing and delivering, and really it's just if anything new comes in, I can deal with that. But otherwise, I am good to go. I have really nothing pressing to deal with for the extent of this trip. So that makes me feel good. I much prefer to be like going into something new with nothing like on my plate to do and having obligations. So I am obligation free for the next however many days I end up being out here, and I'm excited about that. So I guess there's really not much to talk about at this point. I think what I'll probably do is I'm just gonna kind of let the cameras run. The one thing I want to do is I want to show a little bit of the ride. I want to see, hopefully I can catch some state crossings and get those signs on camera, so you can kind of see me passing into each state. If I make any stops, I might stop and chat, or if anything cool comes up, I may jump in. But I think for this video, it's really just going to be, me making the journey and heading up to Vermont. So I'm just going to take this turn here. And continue on my way. So I guess that's it for now. Just stick around. Feel free to watch my progression my progression through this part of the journey. And like I said, if anything comes up, I'll pop in. But hey, we're on our way. Talk to you soon. A little pit stop just for a second, just for two reasons. Okay, so two things are bugging me right now, so I'm going to take care of those. One of those is I put my phone in here, but I don't want to keep it in there. I'm just worried that it's gonna be shaking around too much. So instead, I'm gonna put that in one of my front jacket pockets. So we'll put that in there. Yeah, I'm just worried about it being in there, like rattling around a little too much. And the other thing that's bugging me is this strap right here. It is rattling around and like hitting my hand as I'm riding, and I don't like it. So let me see. Maybe I'll see if I can wrap it around. Let me take my gloves off. That'll be easier without gloves. Let's see. Or maybe I'll just send it. I'll send it maybe under here. All right, so I think that might fix it. But other than that, things are feeling pretty good so far. I got those tied up because those would have been bugging me, flapping around, and the other one on the other side is too short to really do anything. So, but everything else looks good. Bag is secure. My rain gear's there. Forgot to show that. I did decide to take my rain gear because it does look like it may rain. And I also did pack my my wind rain liner for my jacket. So that is packed as well. All right, here we go again. Yeah, as you can see, you know, things can pop up as you're going along. So just be prepared to stop and make adjustments as needed, because you do not want to be getting distracted by something stupid like that while you're riding. You know, the goal is to limit distractions. So you definitely don't want to have weird things bugging you. So I'm glad I made the decision to stop and just make that adjustment, because now I don't have a thing knocking my hand, and that's not going anywhere now. So good. All right, so we continue. See you in a bit. Massachusetts. Welcome to Massachusetts. Two states down. Well, one state down in my second state. And we continue on. Next stop, New Hampshire. to the gas station, not really for gas. Didn't really need the gas. My batteries were going on the camera, so I stopped to do that and said, well, I might as well fill up even though I don't need to. But their dumb card machine didn't seem to be working properly, so I said, forget. I'd already changed the battery, his cameras were on again. So I said, forget it, I'm just gonna go and I'll stop at another gas station somewhere else. But I've done 72 miles so far, still scheduled to arrive around 11. It's now 8:45. So I've got about 2 hours and 15 minutes left. So I'm almost halfway through. Almost halfway through the trip. So that's pretty good. So I'm feeling pretty good about everything so far. Bike's running great. It's not too hot. It's actually really comfortable riding when with the breeze. It's like kind of just the right temperature right now. So I'm really happy that I decided to start out early. So I'm just going to continue going. I think when I get down to like 2 bars on the gas tank, I'll pull over and get some gas whenever a gas station pops up. So I'm not concerned. I've got plenty in there. This bike is pretty decent on gas, so I'm not really too worried. So right now I'm not really sure where in Mass I am. If I see a sign, that might help. But I don't really quite know where I am at the moment, so we shall see. I'm going to get over here. Let's see. I don't see anything. Not sure if I'll see any signs pop up around here. Let's see, does this say anything? Okay, we're entering Gardner, Mass. So I'm pretty sure that's getting close to the north end of Massachusetts. So I don't know how much longer before I hit New Hampshire, but I don't imagine it's going to be too much longer. So I think we'll just continue letting this ride play out, and hopefully we can hit a welcome to New Hampshire sign along the route maybe relatively soon. So I'll see you in a bit. Welcome to New Hampshire. There it is. Woo! Third state of the day. That's state number 3. Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Hampshire. My first time in New Hampshire on the bike. This is great. I'll be curious to see what happens on like the bigger hills. You know, I'm only on a 150cc Vespa, so they don't have as much power to begin with. I mean, if I get good speed heading up a hill, I can keep it at a good clip. It does lose power as I'm going up. But if I have to start at a complete stop at the bottom of a hill, it doesn't go well. So I'll be curious to see what happens. You know, I've been at least able to maintain the speed limits, so that's good. But definitely at some point I am going to consider getting a 300cc Vespa, just to be able to get a little bit of power, especially for like trips like this. If I know there's going to be a lot of like hilly areas, I'm going to need that extra power. So like one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to be riding with the wide open throttle the whole time. So I'm definitely not doing that. I still have some give on my throttle. I'm just trying to maintain the speed limit, and hopefully it's enough that I can get through this. Thankfully, there's some portions like this that do have a right lane for slower vehicles, so I can always pop over into that right lane if I need to, like now. But see here, now I'm going, like I'm pushing it and going up this hill, and I'm not able to reach the speed limit. Getting close now because I'm going down a little bit. Alright, that's annoying. It just switched over. That was annoying. It went and switched over to something else, some other music. I think my headset heard me say a word beginning with R and turned on that other thing that plays music. So, excuse me, got a little bit of a tickle. The allergies are bugging me. So I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to let you enjoy this ride, and I'll be back a little bit later on.